Pastor here. Hey guys, Entertainment KJ here again with another gun review. Today is my UTG M490 spring shotgun. You know, it's got the multi-burst technology, 3-round bursts, takes the classic shells, you know. Box, not much to it. Anybody actually cares. Here's the gun itself. I guess I'll just jump right into this with cosmetics. Let's see. We've got a rubberized butt plate. I'd have to go. This feels, I have to say, plastic on the stock with a plastic rubberized cheek rest. Adjustable stock. On this side, you've just got a button. Push a button, twist it, and pull. But as you can tell, the butt plate does come off. I did that with no modification at all. You know, that happens stock, so just be aware of that. But the butt plate rod that it does go on is quite wobbly. I've only had this gun for maybe 2 weeks, and it's also quite wobbly out of the box. That might have just been my gun or UTG's bad, but whatever. And to put it back on, you know, just kind of push it up there. I kind of slap the butt plate a little bit, make sure it clicks in. And other than that, it's pretty wobbly. I don't like it. The other thing I don't like about the butt plate is that you can get the gun to turn. The cheek rest still turns as you're aiming down sight. So that is quite annoying. I don't even extend the stock most of the time because I use it as a secondary for field. So most of the time it's just in its scabbard on my back anyway. So maybe if you're using it as a primary CQB, you might be a little ticked about the stock. That could just be my gun. You know, the first day I used it pretty roughly in a little field war. You know, I ate a lot of crap, had to be really fast and sneaky because I didn't have the range. Because I was just using a shotgun. So it could have been just my mistake on the stock, so don't judge the gun off the stock, please. You know, I don't know if it's me or the gun. But moving on, you've got your rubberized pistol grip, plastic, of course. On the pistol grip, there is a hole cut out in the bottom, which can store your extra shells. This gun did come with 3 shells. I lost one for whatever reason. Not really too big of an issue, but it just clicks right in there. You'll feel a little click, and it does not come out for anything. You know, the only thing I have an issue with, my gloves are kind of hard to get it out. You know, I can't really get my fingers in there to get it out, so that might be an issue with gloves. But you know, I love the fact that you can store an extra mag, so-called shell or whatever you want to call it, in the pistol grip. You know. But moving on anyways, you got your functional safety right behind your trigger itself. You know, on this side, there's a little red line, which means it's active or safety's off. Push it back through the other side, safety's on. Can't pull the trigger. Can. Simple as that. You've got a plastic trigger, plastic trigger guard. You've got your mag release right here next to your trigger, which is just simply pulled up and kind of back. Brings this trap door open, which then shows you your mag. Magwell, sorry, excuse me guys. Which has your shell to load it up. Simply kind of push it in there as if a real shotgun. Get it up in there and push it straight down. Just kind of close the trap door behind you, and fits in just like that. Let's see, it's got the metal body, or sorry, excuse me guys, plastic body, ABS. You know, it's fairly durable. I've beaten it up quite a bit already, and it's been surviving, so at least it's got the durable factor in my point of view. Your rear sight is adjustable with Allen wrenches and just simple, you know, elevation, and it's got left to right adjustment. Your sight itself is metal. the housing around it is plastic. It does have a plastic rail system on top. I'm not going to mount anything to it because, like I said, it's just my scabbard all day long. So, you know, it wouldn't fit. But I did go ahead and throw one of my red dots on there. And, you know, it fit well. No wobble, no nothing. So if you're using it as a primary for, you know, CQB or whatever you're doing, it will, you know, survive a red dot on there. Moving on to, I'll go outer barrel. Outer barrel is metal, so that's good. Definitely got some metal on this gun, which is good. It's got the 3 inner barrels, which are metal as well. Rest of the internals are plastic, as you can expect on most shotguns. My front sight was broken during one of my falls. It's just basic plastic, but you know, shotgun, I don't even use my sights. I'm not getting good enough accuracy out of it to use sights. So, you know, it's just got your basic orange tip on there as well. Seems pretty easily removed. I just haven't put the effort in it yet. Moving on to your bottom pump housing barrel in the front. It takes a little while to twist off this cap, but once you do get it off there, I don't know, it seems kind of useless for how much time it takes, but the cap can be removed and a shell fits perfectly, barely out of the way, just enough to fit a shell right in there. I believe Double Eagle did that on purpose. And your cap, if I can get it on there just right, there we go. It goes, just screws right over the top, so houses another shell there. So if my other shell that I did have before I lost it, I kept it in there. You know, not very practical for, you know, primary use, but using it as a secondary, I wouldn't go through 3 shells that quickly. So for how fat or how long it takes to unscrew this, probably not the smartest place to store a shell, but maybe for storage, if you're putting your gun away for whatever reason, or you're not using it, or, you know, it's an extreme backup shell or whatever, but it's a perfect place for it. You've got your front sling mount here, which is metal, which I found odd. Why would it be metal when everything else is plastic? But you can't complain. You gotta love the metal. Your pump itself is the rubberized plastic again, and you know, it's just simple straight back forward action. It's a little hard to pump at first. You know, after using it for a full day's event, it got a little tiring on the elbow, pumping it all day. And the feature I like about this is, as you can tell, pulling as hard as I can down on that, and it will not move. So you can't double pump this shotgun unless you do an accidental cock when you pull it back, but not all the way, just enough to load the BBs. Which is really bad for it because that will break your nozzle on there. The air nozzle will break immediately. Well, not immediately, I won't say that, but it tends to break once you do a half cock and then another full cock behind that. You load too many BBs and it'll break your nozzle, which on these shotguns, they do not make replacement parts for that, so it's bye-bye shotgun. So if you do an accidental cock, I recommend removing your mag, like I have shown. Keeping, you can't keep the trap door open because your mag or your pump will run into it. So close your trap door, pump it again as it's back. See if you can shake some of the BBs out. Load it forward, leave your mag out, dry fire it again, then you're ready to go. But like I said, if you do an accidental pump, you might load too many BBs and you could break a nozzle. So that would be kind of a crappy day there. So that's basically the cosmetics of the gun. On the performance of the gun itself, it does have a very long barrel in it. So I'm getting, you know, probably somewhere around 75 feet of accuracy and range out of it. But you know, that's fairly decent for a shotgun, I would say. So I'm proud with the performance of the gun. You know, like I said, internals are all plastic, besides your metal inner barrels. So you know, definitely treat it right, or you will break it quickly. You know, fits into my scabbard just fine. You know, just hangs out roughly this much, which is no taller than my head. So, you know, if you throw it in a scabbard on your back, don't worry about it hanging out of your scabbard. You know, hidden trees and shit as you're walking through. Cover. Not much else to say about this gun. Performance-wise, I'd give it maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. Just because I'm getting one straight BB. It seems as if the top BB will always go just randomly up. But the two bottom barrels, as this BB flies up, these two seem to stay together. And they just seem to, you know, fairly tight groupings at 75 feet with the two bottom BBs. But that top BB just will fly straight off. So performance 4 out of 5 stars. Overall gun, I'd give it another 4 out of 5 just because, you know, that straight BB kind of irritates me, and the fact that there's so much plastic on here, or ABS or whatever you want to call it, but that doesn't really take apart from the durability of the gun. Like I said, I was doing barrel rolls, I was eating crap, I was, you know, tossing, throwing this gun around, doing just about everything I could to this gun besides slamming it against the ground. And it's definitely holding up, so don't let the plastic fool you. It's definitely a durable gun. Would like to see metal in some areas, you know, like trigger, you know, trigger maybe even in the pump a little bit, you know, more in the stock possibly. You know, the looseness of the stock. I hate the fact that you have to pull it to the side to get it to retract, which is irritating. But, you know, other than all those just little issues that are just being picky issues, this is definitely a great gun. Like I said before, this is the UTG M490 pump action 3-round burst shotgun. Package includes the shotgun itself, 3 of your it's got 3 of your 30-round shotgun shells, which would be 10 shots a piece. Comes with 3 of these, you know, your basic sling and a quick loader, and yeah, that's it on the package. So overall gun, 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, performance 4 out of 5. Recommend it to any backyard or veteran player. Recommend it for maybe a CQB primary or field use as I am using it. Perfect secondary for when you run out of gas or your GBB is down or whatever reason, other than the fact that I just like shotguns, so I like to carry it. It makes me feel BA because it's big and intimidating. So yeah, definitely a great secondary for field. I could definitely see it being used well as a primary for CQB, and this is the UTG M490 triple shot shotgun. Thank you guys. It's been Entertainment KJ Production. Any questions, you just leave me a comment. Please subscribe, rate, you know, just thumbs up me, do whatever. Thanks guys. Have a nice day everyone.